Going on, Golf Addicts, DB here to do a live best ball draft on Underdog for the FedEx Cup Playoffs starting August 10th, just next week for the PGA Tour. Before I get into it, watch this quick 52-second explainer video on best ball. All right, there you go. A little bit of an explanation on Underdog and on best ball. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen. Let's rock and roll. So what you need to do is come to drafts, top left. You're going to need to go to the lobby. PGA, you got the Pup Cup, baby. All right, it is the FedEx Cup Playoff best ball, 24,000 entrants, $7 per entry, over 150K in prizes. You can see here's some other tournament info. Why is it doing that? Currently, it's only 9,400 people, 39% full. You're going to get 3 tournaments with this. The FedEx St Jude, which starts on the 10th. Then you get the BMW Championship the week after. And it all culminates in Atlanta, Georgia at Eastlake the week after that for the Tour Championship. You can max enter 150 times. You're going to draft, it's 6 players, 6 people that you're drafting with. You're going to draft 10 rounds. You're going to start 6 and bench 4. You got 30 seconds on the pick clock, and it goes fast. The rake is only 11.2%. First place gets $20,000. Let's get into it. By the way, if you're looking for scoring, you can see birdies 4 points, eagles 10. It's a little bit like DraftKings scoring on steroids. So let's get into it. Hopefully this thing fills quickly and we can go. Looks like it will fill quickly because I'm the last man in. Sweet. Let me tell you one thing. Looks like I'm drafting from the 4 spot, which sucks. That means I'm not going to get Rahm, Rory, or Scheffler. Gosh, that really, really blows. Let me tell you a thing that I did before this that is the super most important key. And that is you have to do your rankings on your own. So if you look to the left of the screen, you see it says Rahm, Scheffler, Rory, Homa, Wyndham Clark, Harman. These are my rankings. I pulled in the top 70 in the FedEx Cup Playoffs as it stands now. Now, I'm recording this Friday of August 4th at 4:45 p.m. Eastern. The second round of the Wyndham Championship has not yet ended. So is my shirt doing weird stuff? Lord. The second round hasn't quite ended. So, you know, there could be some movement, but for the most part, the players that I have in this queue are pretty much straight off the PGA Tour top 70 in the FedEx Cup Playoffs. And I threw in a little name after the 70 so that I know where that 70 ends, where that top 70 ends. So I'm going off of this rather than the ADP because I want to make sure I'm trying to draft as many players as possible to have a chance to make it to Eastlake. One thing I did, if I scroll down to the 70, let's see, 70, where is it? Let's see, Montgomery was around 50. If you look right, where is it? Taylor, where's my guy? It's not. Oh, I'm on the clock. Crap. All right. Max Homa, Wyndham Clark, Brian Harman. I think I got to go Hovland here, although I'm tempted to go Fowler, honestly. I'm that bullish on Fowler. I think I'm going to go Hovland. I've not yet drafted out of the 4 spots. I'm going Hovland. So these guys in the rankings here, again, you've got to go into rankings up here and make sure that you change that up because that could, if you go off of ADP, you could be in a world of trouble. So basically the cutoff ends right around Adam Scott's not going to make it. I don't think he's going to make it. I think he's got to win, come top 5 at the Wyndham to get there. So you got to have your rankings done ahead of time so that they fall in order over here and you understand who's where. So like number 30 right now in the FedEx Cup, let's look at my standings. Number 30 right now in the FedEx Cup is like Seamus Power, Taylor Moore, Corey Connors, Jordan Spieth territory. And that's about where, let's see, where is yeah, there's Taylor Moore, Seamus Power, Spieth's down here. I moved Connors up a little bit. So this is around that 30 spot. So these are the guys right now, as it stands right now, are already in Eastlake. And then I do the same thing with 50. Taylor Montgomery is at the 50 spot, which I want nothing to do with him. And then the 70 spot really ends with Vincent Norman is just kind of in there now with a few names like Shane Lowry lurking and possibly getting in. All right, so let's see what I've got to play with. I'm on the clock again. Wyndham Clark, Keegan, Finau, Jason. I mean, it sounds like Wyndham Clark, right? Although, this is why you do this, because ADP is 16. Why would we not take Tommy Fleetwood here? I'm going to do it. I'm taking Tommy Fleetwood. Way ahead of his ADP. Maybe he made it back to me. I don't know. Maybe he didn't. I can't believe Ricky Fowler almost made it back to me right there. But Fleetwood, to me, you just can't deny how good the dude's playing. I mean, you really, really can't. Let's see where he is. Currently, Fleetwood is number 25. So, I mean, Wyndham Clark would have been the safer option to get there at the, to Eastlake, but I don't mind it. Spaz is asking about Hatton on the way back. I would love to get Hatton on the way back, but yes, I bet he ends up getting out of here. By the way, I'm going to do a giveaway here for this Masters hat, Masters 2023 hat. You can see it. Hold on, let me stop sharing real quick. Masters 2023 hat, as well as another little bit of TJ merch to anyone who signs up for Underdog with the code. Just click the link in the description and use promo code Junkies. You get the 100% deposit match up to $100. Anybody who signs up with Underdog using that code, I'll ship the hat to once the playoff event starts, and I can get a list from Underdog as far as who signed up. So, all right, let's see what's going on. Clark's gone. Morikawa, Finau, Harmon. Okay, I don't hate any of that so far. Maybe Hatton makes it back. Maybe. I bet he goes. Jason Day just goes, come on, Sheikers, don't do it. Don't do it, Sheikers. Don't you do it. Dang it, I knew he was going to do it. God. All right. Siwoo. So to me, like Siwoo, Sam Burns seem really interesting at this point. I mean, I like Keegan, but do I trust Keegan in this spot? Nick Taylor for sure I don't want, even though he's in there. Tom Kim with the injury, I think, is probably a mistake. Sep's tempting. You know what? I'm going with Siwoo Kim. He's hot right now. Let's keep it rolling. I'm going Siwoo. What do we think about that? What do we think about that pick? Should that have been somebody different? Spaz, what do you think? Keegan Bradley goes off. I'll tell you, I did one of these earlier. The like fifth, the like 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th round. Those, it's just like a real fantasy draft. Like that gets tough. Oh, Spieth just goes off. That was a really good pick there. I would have gone maybe Spieth after that. So Sam Burns is still available to me. I mean, honestly, Burns has a ton of upside. I could go Fitzpatrick and hope he kind of sneaks in. Maybe he'll come back to me, though. I think I'm going to go Sam Burns with the upside. I don't love it. Where is Burns at right now? Burns is currently, he's currently 20th. So, like, the chances of him not making it to Eastlake, pretty bad. But I do worry about sometimes that dude can just absolutely trunk slam. Although I guess there's no cut. Henley, that's an interesting play. He's obviously in the lead right now at the Wyndham Championship. That'll, bump him up quite a bit. Looking ahead, though, like Southwind has been won by Will Zalatoris, Dustin Johnson. I feel like you kind of have to have some distance to win in Memphis. Olympia Fields was last won by John Rahm. That's the site of the BMW Championship in a couple weeks. Berger also won back-to-back at Southwind, though. But Berger wasn't short, but he definitely wasn't a bomber. A couple of names like at the end that I just have my eye on. Lucas Glover, Shane Lowry, Davis Thompson making moves right now at the Wyndham. I think that Matt Fitzpatrick pick was a good pick right there. Sports with Jim. The Shane Lowry needs like a T. I think he needs like a T18 or T20, and it depends on what's going on in front of him to get to the playoffs. Let's see where he is currently. Currently, Shane Lowry projected is, well, they're not doing the projections. He's 76th. All right, I'm on the clock. Crap. Okay, Corey Connors. Adam Schenk is interesting. Chris Kirk, not bad. Sahith, I kind of like Sahith with the scoring. JT Poston's hot right now. Cam Young's down there. He's starting to play well again. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with Sahith. This is a very much an upside scoring team for me so far. Hovland, Fleetwood, I mean Siwoo, Burns, and Sahith, quite volatile golfers. Could absolutely suck it up and finish DFL, but in the playoffs, giving them 4 rounds in this scoring format, not having to worry about them missing a cut, to me, I mean, those are some really high upside plays. You can't deny it. With the 4 points, 4 points for a birdie, 10 points for an eagle out of those guys. All right, so Spaz agrees on Burns. Aaron, I'm afraid to go Tom Kim just because of the lingering injury that he had at the Open. It caused him to not defend his title here at the Wyndham. That's kind of rough. Yeah, we ride and die with the Korean Prince, baby. That's right. Siwoo Kim. All right, Cam Young goes off. Emiliano Grillo goes off. I would love for JT Poston to make it back to me. Is he still? Because, I mean, like, he is hot in the streets. There's one pick in front of me. Am I going to take Poston in front of Shink, Moore? Justin Rose goes off. I don't mind that. Byung-Hun An's playing great right now. Down the board a little bit. Yeah, I think JT Poston's the pick here. This is, again, why I just don't think you can get – you have to do your rankings. I can't stress that enough. You have to do your own rankings, and ranking in order of the FedEx Cup playoffs to me is what you need to do. And then if you want to manipulate it from there, you can. But just so that you can not have to go back and forth to a different screen to see the FedEx Cup standings and see who's where. And you have to understand that with these playoff events, like, not a lot – like, there's not going to be a ton of movement. You know, like, if you're 20th going into the playoffs, it's going to be kind of tough for you to miss Eastlake. You're going to have to play really crappy for 2 weeks to miss Eastlake. So there's going to be some movement. There's always somebody that, like, will just sneak in. It could be Lowry. I think Lowry's an interesting pick kind of late in the draft. And I guess it depends on when you're drafting relative to the Wyndham. Like, right now, he's bogeyed a couple times. So he's T41 in round 2 at the Wyndham right now. So he may not be as much of a lock, but, you know, it could be a late round grab because that's a player with a lot of upside. And if he does sneak in with a top 20 finish here at the Wyndham, makes it to the playoffs, a guy like Shane Lowry is a guy who you could see making a deep run in the playoffs after just barely getting in. Other than that, like I said, you're really looking at Lucas Glover, Davis Thompson, possibly as a couple of other names that might sneak in that I would be interested in. All right, it's back to me. Byung-Hun An is sitting there. He's looking really nice, actually. I like how Byung-Hun An is playing right now. He's in the top of the leaderboard currently. He's currently at a 52nd place, projected 38th if this stands, if his finish at the Wyndham stands. I don't really see anybody down lower that I'd rather have. Maybe Cam Davis, but I think I'm going to go Byung-Hun An here. Let's keep riding with the South Koreans, shall we? So the team is Victor Hovland, Tommy Fleetwood, Siwoo Kim, Burns, Thigala, Poston, and Benon. Guys I got my eye on here, maybe Kirk isn't a bad play. I don't know if I love Brendan Todd. It's such a, you know, I think Olympia Fields and Southwind is gonna make people. You're gonna need some bombers, and I don't know that I love that. At least some distance, like Smalley. Where is Smalley? I don't want Smalley, do I? Do I really want Smalley? Keith Mitchell is interesting, although he's very boom or bust. Cam Davis is interesting. All right, it's about to come back to me. Patrick Rogers. I'm going to look at Cam Davis's current standings. I mean, he's kind of on the fringe, right? He's 69th going into this week, projected to move up to 66. That makes him kind of a tough grab for my 8th pick. Maybe better to go with somebody who's got a little more upside to play at least the first 2 events. So who's that going to be? Maybe Keith Mitchell. Let's see where Keith Mitchell is. These are the rounds where you really currently Mitchell's 57th. He goes with Seamus Power. Smalley, Hardy. Where is Smalley? Smalley is projected to be a 49th. Mitchell 40. Oh, God. What would you do here, folks? I think I'm going to go Keith Mitchell. I don't love it, but I think that's what I'm going to do. That's a tough spot. That is a tough spot. So I have let's see, I have 2 more picks coming. This is where it's going to get really skinny. This is where I might would reach on Shane Lowry. Mark Hubbard is interesting to me. I don't think Adam Scott or Justin Thomas is going to get in. What's Thomas doing right now? Thomas is just on the fringe. Even if he does get in, like, are we excited about that? I don't know. I don't know if we are. What if Billy Horschel won the Wyndham and he got in? He's having a good week, having a good round too. So Tom Hoagie goes off. So right now I'm looking at like possibly reaching on Lowry. I bet I could get him with my last pick. Other than that, like Cam Davis, hoping he squeaks in, which he probably will. What's Davis doing right now? Davis has made the cut. He's T16. I bet Davis gets in. I doubt he's going to not. I might go Cam Davis here. He's currently 69th, projected at 66 with the current finish. So, I mean, it might only be 1 week that I have him, but a lot of these guys at this point, the only other one I want to look at is Mark Hubbard, who's not playing as well as he was earlier in the year. See, he's at 58. So there's not really a whole lot of guys inside the top 50 that I'm super excited about. Maybe Nick Hardy. What's Nick Hardy doing? Hardy's 48th, projected to finish 50th. Like that Nick Hardy may be the play. He's 3 under through 13 on his second round right now. Lowry just went off. Gosh. Well, I probably wouldn't have picked him here anyway. Dang. Okay, so Lowry goes off. Is English, like, where is English in the FedEx Cup? English is 43rd. God, I think I might go English. I think I'm going to go Harris English. And then I'm probably going to try to hit Cam Davis or Mark Hubbard here since I missed out on Shane Lowry. Cannot believe the Shane Lowry thing happened. Sorry, Spaz, I didn't see it. I didn't see the scroll down further. I mean, I'm limited in what I can show here on the screen, and it's tough to bounce back and forth between the FedEx Cup playoff standings, the rankings, and the chat. But I'm going to do more of these before Thursday, so hopefully I get a little better at managing this. All right, last pick coming. Alex Smalley, Aaron Ride. There goes Cam Davis. Have I not been like sniped 3 picks out of 10 here? All right, I'm either going to go Nick Hardy or Mark Hubbard. That's it. It's going to be Hardy or Hubbard. Again, Hardy is officially at 48th. Hubbard is at 58th. So I'm probably going to go Hardy. Watch this guy take him. Oh, he takes Vincent Norman, V-Norm. All right, Nick Hardy, there it is. And then when the draft finishes, they'll give projections on how you think you're going to do. I doubt that my team is going to be projected very high. I don't love how it ended up at the end, but I do think I have some high upside guys there in the middle. I did one earlier and was projected like second, but I was drafting out of the 1 spot, took Scotty Scheffler. And yeah, so all right, pick position 4. That was me. Okay, we got one more pick here from Cowboys, and then we'll get to see the projections. So I don't know. How do you think that went? Drop a comment. Also, if you sign up, you get the hat. All right. So Sports with Jim has one more pick. While that's wrapping up, I'll go over the points here in a second. We'll wrap up this video. Yeah, I mean, it didn't go great. The more I do these, the more, obviously, like I said, number one thing, do your rankings and do them based on FedEx Cup standings. Manipulate them a little bit. One thing I was going to do is at the end of 70th, whoever was 70th, I was going to put in some random name. Like you can literally put in like Yuto Yakuragawaga or something in there. So put that random name in there so that I can see, okay, that's where the cutoff is. I can recognize it quickly because that 30-second clock goes really fast. So do that, do your rankings, maybe put a cutoff name in there somewhere so you know, okay, this is where the 70 is cut off right now. You may could do the same thing at the 50 and the 30 spot, just so that as you're scrolling very quickly in your own rankings on Underdog, you can tell where the cutoff is. But then again, And I think you draft based off that, not so much the ADP. I really think you ignore the ADP. Do a little digging on Southwind. We have a lot more data on Southwind. But honestly, when you get to the playoffs, I think guys are gonna show up and show out and ride, and just you got to ride with who you can get. I think scoring is obviously critical. Siwoo Kim, Sahith Theegala, Sam Burns, Keith Mitchell, all guys that ended up on that roster that I would say very volatile players, but can really score and take it low and have a lot of birdies on the card with a lot of bogeys. But the scoring format in the best ball on Underdog is a lot like DraftKings, where it just rewards scoring more than it rewards plodding around and doing the ho-hum Gary Woodland thing, like make 3 birdies, make 3 bogeys, and shoot even. So I definitely think that matters too. But prepare yourself for the rounds like 6 through 10, 7 through 10. That's really where, if you can really nail down a few guys you want to target there, that can help you make some good decisions and not make hasty decisions when you're on the clock. So let me look at the projections. I won't share my screen on this one, but so the projections are Sports with Jim 1804, Cowboys 1721, 1883, 1868. So currently I'm second. 1917, I'm now third. And 1916, I'm now fourth. Or am I fifth? Yeah, wait a minute. I think I'm fifth. Am I fifth out of 6? No, I'm fourth out of 6. Not great. So they don't love my projections. But again, I don't hate it. I think there's obviously some volatility, but it ended up being Victor Hovland, Tommy Fleetwood, Siwoo Kim, Sam Burns, Sahith Theegala, JT Poston, Byung-Hun An, Keith Mitchell, Harris English, and Nick Hardy. I don't hate it. All right, that's it for the video. Don't forget, sign up. Use the link in the description. Use code Junkies when you do. I'll send you the hat. I'll send you some other TJ merch. I'm going to do more of these, so stay tuned.